everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are going to play some Big Simic stuff here. So I ran up against this deck or a similar deck to this and immediately just had to build it because it was just, I felt like it fits the meta really well. Basically, again, we did something like this earlier with Big Green where we're trying to just get Elder Gargaroth and Nissa out as quick as possible because they are just really big powerhouses in the format right now. Elder Gargaroth just shuts down almost every one of the mono red decks that are out there. It just destroys them. It just is a really powerful card to be playing out against the mono red. And with Teferi gone, with Wilderness Reclamation gone, you know, Cauldron Familiar, the Rakdos Sactex being like nerfed a little bit, this just becomes a much more powerful threat, and it deals with a lot of stuff that's out there. There's also a lot of Sultai ramp out there, that kind of stuff as well. And I do think that going a little bit more beat down with the green, a little bit more heavy green, we don't get to have Casualties of War or other things like that, but we're a little bit more fine-tuned in what it is we're actually trying to do with this deck, and that ends up being pretty good for us. And so are we going to win every single game in the world? No, guys, come on. No. But is it going to be good? Yeah, I think this is a good deck. So I also made sure that we could actually build this deck out kind of to showcase what we can do even after rotation. So right now we have a Boreal Grazer, we have Paradise Druid, we have Migratory Greathorn as our main ramp package here. I went ahead and added in like a few other copies into the sideboard here of Gilded Goose, Carotid, and Wolfwillow Haven as other options that you can go for that are not going to be rotating out, basically. So instead of Grazer, you go for Gilded Goose. Instead of Paradise Druid, you go for the Carotid or the Wolfwillow Haven because the protection on it is really nice to have. We're also losing Hydra Krasis. So basically, these 12 cards we're losing. Everything else stays in the deck besides lands, which I think even the temples are still here with the 2021 versions. Breeding Pool we're losing. Everything else is kind of staying. So yeah, these 12 cards we have to find out other options for, and I think that these just more ramp is good. Hydra Krasis is a hard one to replace necessarily. It's just such a powerful card if you do get to be big and everything. So maybe Zendikar will give us some new stuff. We're supposed to get, you know, it's supposed to be a lands matters type of format or type of set, and so we should have a lot of new good cards there. But yeah, so anyway, let's jump into what we actually want to do with this deck. Again, as I was saying, try to get up to big stuff, play them out quickly. That's a big part of the deck. Otherwise, we are just trying to get out big threats, play Uros, play Hydra Krasis, get up to Ugin. You know, just all the big stuff in Magic right now are really good. Who would have thunk? You know, and Simic just still has good stuff. Even losing Growth Spiral, we basically just instead got to put in a few other copies of things like Paradise Druid, brought in the Migratory Greathorn, one copy of Gemrazor to be able to still mutate onto this as well. It also destroys, you know, Annexes, Embercleaves, all those kinds of things. So I've actually been debating on bringing in even more copies, but they just didn't quite fit with the amount of lands we need to be running with this deck. So with the amount of lands, we're running 26 lands here. I think that's about right. I mean, with Grazer, you probably want even more, but I found that it was working well for me. I could also see this deck like maybe going towards like a Yorion style and actually going into the full 80 cards. You know, maybe adding in the Styx, more Gemrazors, kind of go with a little bit more of the mutate plan because it is so explosive. If you get multiple Greathorns in opening hand, you get to Grazer turn 1. Turn 2, Greathorn. Turn 3, get 2 more lands out of your library by putting another mutate onto it. That kind of stuff. So you can end up just ramping up really quick, really fast. Get up to your Ugins, get up to your Nissas. Just do some really cool, really fun stuff. I really like where this side of meta is at as well. Oh, I did forget. Nissa's also rotating out, which means that you probably have to find another big body to put in here, which, I mean, that's fine. This isn't a completely rotate-proof deck, but you can start, you know, adding in a couple things if you're trying to avoid playing cards or like getting cards that are going to be rotating out soon. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how this one does for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against Eoman, bring on Eoman. So we have Paradise Druid, hopefully into Greathorn. I guess we can play it for sure. So we do keep it. We have the ramp. We have what we're looking for. Starting with 2 lands in a 26 land deck means that we should run into more consistently, right? Play Fabled Passage, pass the turn. We are going to be thinning the deck immediately, but what I found is that we get a land off the top after playing Fabled Passage really consistently. It's actually kind of surprising how often the shuffle gives us more lands, like so. So go Paradise Druid, pass the turn. Hateful Eidolon, so like a Lurrus Aura's deck or mono black aggro. Either one interesting. Because we have an extra land in hand, let's go ahead and play Uro first. We actually are fine having more land, so I'm not going to go with the Fabled Passage just yet. Play out the island. Pass the turn. I'm surprised I didn't swing it with Hateful Eidolon. Typically, I'm not going to be blocking with something like that. Demonic Embrace. That is bad. All right, so how big of a crisis can we make? We can actually make a 3/3 and start blocking. If they have another copy of Demonic Embrace, we're in a little bit of trouble. We can go for Nissa, swing in. The Nissa gets hit pretty hard, but we're kind of okay with that. And we actually get to have how much mana off after the fact? Let's go ahead and go just with the crisis here first. Slow the game down a little bit more. Grab a green source. We don't need a lot of blue in this deck, so more forests are good for Nissa. So crisis X3. Actually, wait, let's see here. Sorry, X4. That would have been bad. And Grazer for next turn with Nissa, everything. All right, yeah, this is looking like a pretty good hand. We do have to not die. You know, that's always important and stuff. All right, so they get to draw a card if we block here, but I think getting rid of the knight is still worthwhile. So yeah, block, trade. They get to draw a card. No Knight of the Legion after the fact. Sweetness. All right, so first off, tap for green. Grazer. It comes in tapped anyway, right? So Temple of Mystery. To the bottom. How many cards in the graveyard? I guess I should have waited to do that after the fact. Let's go ahead and play Nissa. We get to put Greathorn onto the Grazer with an untapped land. So let's go ahead and untap Temple. Swing in.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Breeding Pool, Greathorn onto Grazer. All right, I mean, they still are going to be doing a lot of damage here. That's bad. They shouldn't be able to just kill Nissa unless they go for the double Demonic Embrace, which puts a lot of stuff onto one Hateful Eidolon. And we get to have a lot of bodies on the board here anyway. If it does die, we get to start playing Uro. Oh no, we're still one card away from Uro. Fabled Passage would be nice then. All right, so they do go for the Demonic Embrace play. I do think that is a good play. I mean, they're getting so much life out of this as well. Actually, now do they go face? Okay. Yeah, we do have reach here. So we do block. Forgot about the Grazer there. I should have probably put the guy here instead. All right, so now Uro comes back. First and foremostly. Give me another reach creature. Gem Razor, something here. Greathorn. How much mana do I have already? I think I have plenty. I don't need to play this untapped. So, Paradise Druid. Greathorn onto Paradise Druid here. Opponent's actually scooping up. That is surprising. And we will absolutely keep this hand. Ramp is still amazing. Always will be. Grazer. Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Hitting more lands here is not that bad either. We can almost play out our entire hand just by getting enough of this stuff out here. We would have had 2 more lands. So much ramp. All right, play Uro. I guess we still kind of get it. Gargarot's a comin'. All right, so Fabled Passage onto the battlefield. Activate. Grab another forest. Grazer, Breeding Pool. So 6 mana next turn potentially. We have the Gargaroth, no attacks past the turn. Yeah, that's... Was that turn 2? Man, all right. That is a lot of ramp for turn. We're gonna tap with how much mana for turn 3? Oh yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. All right, and they've milled us over a little bit, so we can actually play out the Uro, which I think is in this instance maybe a little bit better than Gargaroth. Just to immediately get some value here, just in case they have some way to exile our graveyard too, like Ashiok or whatever. So get it out, draw a card, hopefully hit another land. No land is fine. No attacks past the turn. At turn 3, Uro from the graveyard. That seems legit. That's gotta be really difficult to deal with. All right, there probably has things like eliminate or whatever, so it can probably deal with Uro. That's fine. We're still gonna be beastly. Another Gargaroth. All right, swinging with Uro. Do you have eliminate? All right, eliminate comes out. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's really not, but that's all right. No attacks. Gargaroth, pass the turn. What do you have to deal with that now, sir? Didn't go for the mill. That must mean, I'm thinking they are kind of desperate for lands, maybe then? Thassa. Okay. You can blink. Vantress, Gargoyle. Good for you. No cards in my graveyard, so you can't really do much there. Okay, we hit land. Swing with Gargaroth. Do we go crazy aggressive here? Or try to draw more cards? Like a Krasis would be nice here. Just hitting more lands. A Nissa would be sweet. So I guess we draw a card. Down to 14. What I'm worried about now is a board wipe, which Ritual of Soot is kind of the only thing they've got, right? So yeah, we just play another Gargaroth. Do what you can. 1, 2, 3, so 6, 7, 8. So we get to play Ugin 2 turns. I could have tried to play out Paradise Druid instead there. It'd be a little bit safer against the board wipe. Except that I know the board wipes in black are Ritual of Soot and things like that. So yeah, opponent's saying good game. Yeah, because 2 Gargaroths, they are actually hard to deal with. A lot of the removal that people are putting in right now are eliminates, which don't deal with Gargaroth. Heartless Act has actually been coming out because, well, maybe people should be playing a little bit more Heartless Act because Teferi now is gone. So hitting the 3 mana Planeswalkers, there's fewer of them available. But yeah, so I don't know. That was sweet. We'll go again. All right, up against Soundwave. We're going to go ahead and keep this. Paradise Druid into Crazy, into Gargaroth. Up against aggro. Oh no. If we get to Gargaroth quick, that's great. But this is a matchup where we really wish that we had the Grazer to begin with. Because Paradise Druid doesn't really block well. Pass the turn. That's a Cavalcade of Calamity. Debating if I want to just trade with the Scorch Spitter here. They have some mana up. It could be Infuriate. Getting to Gargaroth is our main win con, but I don't know if we survive. This is doing 3 points of damage every turn, so we get rid of it. See if they have the Infuriate. No Infuriate. Okay. No Grazer. Temple of Mystery. Uro would also be nice. All right, so it's kind of surprising, but I think Grazer's okay here. If we have to block something with our Paradise Druid, then we can make sure that we can still get to Gargaroth quicker. Not necessarily. I guess we're looking for Uro instead, right? All right, so yeah, play Paradise Druid out, pass the turn. Either way, so next turn we can get to Gargaroth, which is sweet. Vigilance, gaining 3 life a turn, being able to block things like crazy. Amazing. Oh no.
Not to brag, but I'm totally go get him, buddy.
Yeah, we just take it. Are we dead on board? What do they have in the graveyard? Another Forbidden Friendship means that All right, so no blocks. We take 4 more, down to 3. Yeah, that's game already. Yeah, all right. This is a really quick deck. Being on the draw against it, not usually going to work out in our favor. But hey, we got to Gargaroth. Yay! It also works when we block. Unfortunately, we're dead before that. So yeah, good game. Yeah, being able to block, gain 3 life, attack, gain 3 life, block, gain 3 life, like that's such a big swing. Having multiples as well is good. So if we were on the play, that game would have been over really quickly. All right, up against Incidental, bring it on. And Uro, Great Horn. Great Horn's a little bit awkward with this, but we'll keep it on the strength of Uro having some interaction as well. Not too shabby. Okay, play Island, pass the turn. Is it? Let's play Forest, pass the turn. This way we can still hold up the Brazen Borrower. There has been a few other decks that have come out that are pretty good here. I'm just going to slow him down on that. Play the tempo play. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with that. Uro. Brazen Borrower with Great Horn actually isn't a terrible play either. That might be kind of fun. Yeah, Shockland in, tap, pass the turn. Plays Lucky Clover again. All right, I guess Paradise Druid and Great Horn's not bad. All right, well, we've got a lot of ramp going for us. Now we need to try to find something really good. Let's see, 6, 7, 8. So we actually have enough for Ugin next turn. That would be good. So yeah, Teamwork Adventures is actually probably the deck that's top of the list right now in the format. Sultai ramp. Now with a new format, it's just there's so much value if you get the Lucky Clovers going for you. And we are drawing nothing. Do I want to scry here? I could swing in, have a chance of losing this to like a Stompy. I think I'd rather just get rid of a Stompy and keep up protection for Ugin or something like that. So let's go ahead and swing in. Activate now because we're going to be scrying anyway. I guess we'll grab an island now so we can scry and play stuff. Pass the turn. Plays out the Left Struck Beast. Cool. Swings for 3. Yeah, Yeah, I think that we win by getting an Ugin more so than by doing anything else. Lucky Clover's still really good. We could start playing Brazen Bar swinging in. Again, Stompy just kind of kills 3 things then. So, yeah, scry here instead. Alright. Bone Crushy. Alright, let's see where they put the last one. Okay, they do it right. Gargaroth is... That's a bomb. We'll keep it. Okay, play Gargaroth, pass the turn. So a Stompy can kill this still, which is annoying. Escape to the wilds. They do not find Stompy. Good. Sorry, Stompy is Bone Crusher Giant. Just, you know, my lingo if you guys don't know how that works. All right, there we go. Doesn't go for the Edgewall Keeper. Must have ran out of forest, maybe? Had the other one in hand. Boo. Oh, man. That was a chance of actually coming back. Now, I think with another Skip to Wilds, everything they have going for them, and we having 0 cards in hand, it's pretty rough. We get to play Uro on the next turn. We get to play out Brazen Borrower. That's yay. Yeah, pass the turn. Oh, I totally forgot to do that on my end step. Oh well. Play Uro. All right, if we find an Ugin, we're staying in this. If not, I really don't know what we can do. The Lucky Clovers actually work great against Ugin as well. All right, so play Castle Garenbrig. Play Gargaroth. Play Breeding Pool tapped. No cards in hand. Two big beefy dudes there. Brazen Bar were coming though. And so, yeah, we already know this game's over. Unfortunately, yeah. All right, up against Kaio X-Heim, and we're gonna go ahead and keep this. So I actually found out what happened after the last game. So I apparently had the issue, got dropped. I thought I was timing them out, but then apparently I got kicked. I timed them out, and so I feel bad about that. Sorry. All right, play Breeding Pool tap, pass the turn. Ooh, sweet. Great Horn gives us an amazing amount of ramp. Paradise Druid. So potentially next turn we can, or turn after this, we'll be able to have the Gargaroth. Getting some ramp towards the Ugin. Another Great Horn would be great off the top too. All right, play the Forest. Great Horn onto Druid. A lot harder for them to kill this now if they're playing just these colors. Brazen Borrower is probably one thing they have, and also like Scorching Dragonfire, potentially Lava Coil, so I may not attack in here. Grab the island, pass the turn. We really don't need that much blue in this deck. I will go for it here just because why not? So we get to have Gargaroth for the next turn now. We do have to tap down, so an untapped land would be nice. All right, perfect. So they could have a counter spell. That would be annoying. Hydrocrisis would be a lot better if they did. We have something going on here. Probably just more card draw. Grab a Forest, play the Gargaroth. Opponent's taking their sweet time here with this one as well. All right, so if they have removal for the Great Horn, it actually might be better for us to be able to try to ramp up to the Ugin for the next turn. We can play Paradise Druid, play it onto it again. And so bounce is actually pretty fine here. I'd rather get cards out of their hand. They're going to also have to deal with the Gargaroth at some point. So I'm okay swinging in here. If they don't deal with it, then we just get a big Hydrocrisis as well. So either way, we're in pretty good shape. Alright, so opponent waits about 2 minutes to decide to bounce the Gargaroth. Not a bad play. And ops. All right, plays Laws of Step Plating. I recognize that I do at times play a little bit slow with stuff, definitely, especially when I'm trying to explain all the different options that are going on. There is a whole other level of it too, though. All right, so Laws of Step Plating into killing our guy. That was a good play for them. All right, we also get to go for the Hydrocrisis here, though. X4. I think that is the better play here, so... The issue is that I know there's a lot of things that can kill 4 toughness creatures. Not a lot of things can deal with the Gargaroth, though. We're going to go ahead and go for this, though. All right. 2 more lands. Not exactly what we're looking for. Shocks in the steam vents. They have Brazen Borrower to block. It doesn't really help a ton. Sprite Dragon. Okay. And Brazen Borrower. Alright, that's totally cool. Alright, let's see if they forget that Gargaroth has reach. They've already gotten rid of a lot of their best removal for us. Swings in for 3. We're getting pretty close to the Ugin as well. So, with Brazen Borrower as well. So, alright, so shock this in, Gargaroth, hold up Brazen Borrower, pass the turn. Yeah, Blitz of the Thunder Raptor is definitely not good. They light up the stage, resolve. Didn't do this beforehand. Alright, gets another Sprite Dragon. Please Sprite Dragon number 2. I am going to go ahead and just use the Petty Theft now while I can. Slow him down. Slowing him down is definitely worthwhile here. So we have Ugin available to us. I think what I'm going to do is just swing in here, though. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Creating Beast might not be bad. Yeah, opponent skips it up. Yeah, Gargaroth just by itself is good. Like, that was the thing is, I could play Ugin there and have another threat for them to deal with. I could make sure I get in up against Refaru, bringing on Refaru, and we have Uro on turn 3. We're on the draw. Brazen Borrower might help us out here, so we'll see. Lots of Scrylands. Scrylands are nice with Uros. And we got the Gargaroth. Spectral Sailor. Whoa. Another Brazen Borrower. Our best card for removal or interaction, really. I could just be going for more lands, though, and try to hit the Gargaroth, because we already have that. I'm kind of expecting them to have a lot of counter spells. Blaze the Stone Cold Serpent. I could bounce this now. Just kind of waste their entire turn for them. We'll see. I could try to get rid of some counter spells as well. So let's yeah, go ahead and take it, because otherwise they just make another 3/3, right? If they want to play something else out, that's great. Is this like Mutate Flash for blue? All right, bounce the Stone Coil Serpent. Ops. Let's bounce. That's cool. All right, so Forest, Uro, Temple of Mystery, dig for more lands. Untap land, not needed right now. That is another land. Do we need more than 5 right now? I guess so. We still do want lands. Pass the turn. Down to 18. Yeah, play out a big serpent so I can play the Gargaroth. Sweet. Go Gargaroth. Dude, it's so big. It is amazing. It does get bounced. It does die to removal, all that stuff. But if it's not dealt with, oh boy, is it amazing. All right, we have double Uro and the Gargaroth. Let's go ahead and swing in. I might just create a beast here, just to have like more bodies on the ground. Doesn't actually do with the serpent very well though. All right, draw a card. Take 6. So we could go for another Gargaroth here. Oh, I played that wrong. Oh well. We can still shock in this one. That's a little bit of card advantage and stuff, you know, just a smidge. I'm not sure this is better than actually just playing out another Gargaroth. It probably isn't. It still is fun though. I want to be looking for options. If we can get to an Ugin, Ugin's good. It doesn't deal with Stone Cold Serpent, but we got the Gargaroth. Ooh, and a Nissa. Yeah. All right. So tap, tap. Green, green, green. Still have 4 mana up. All right, so go Nissa. I'm kind of, we haven't seen the counterspell yet, so I'm expecting it to happen at some point. Digging for the negate, doesn't have it. Now we have all the mana in the world. That's fun. Play Gargaroth number 2. Oh, I didn't keep up more blue mana. I guess I can untap here and play out the Brazen Borrower just as a blocker. Yeah, that's fine.
Behold, nature's true power.
All right, so let's see here. Yeah, we want to be drawing more cards. Down to 8. All right, so what kind of removal do they have in blue right now? I don't think there's any just bounce all your stuff type effects. We have vigilant, reach, trampling dudes that if they even block, first off, we're totally fine. We have other flyers, so they have to deal with our entire board before they can really do much of anything. A big Stone Cold Serpent is somewhat annoying, but not a big deal. All right, play Questing Beast. In fact, I think that we have lethal here.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
I should have put Great Horn onto the Brazen Borrower. But yeah, so, I mean, they can't actually... Their life total is still really low. They can only block so many things on Questing Beast. So one of the Serpents has to go there, which means that then Gargaroth only gets one of them blocked. So at least 5 damage is going through. Yeah, so we had game there. Up against Latino Heat, LFC. Bring it on. This one, I think we got a mulligan. No ramp does not help us. This is amazing, though. So keep 6, drop Fabled Passage, pass the turn. Or start the game. Help Collector. Good starts. Ooh, amazing start for us, though. That's big. That's bad. We're going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, again, this is one of those games where if we were on the draw, if we were on the play, we would be really far ahead already. When they're on the play, it's just like, this is so hard to beat or compete against. So we're taking 6 on turn 3 before we even have a chance to untap on turn 3. Yeah, so Uro is nice. We can make a pretty big blocker here with Great Horn, so we will do that. If they have Questing Beast, I think it's probably just going to be game. No attacks past the turn. Yeah, Questing Beast means that there are 12 damage swinging through that we can't even deal with too much. Alright, yeah, still bad. There's 8 damage we can't really deal with. Yeah, it can't block effectively. Oh, sweet. Okay, they only swing with 1. That's actually a misplay by them. They should have swung in with both. All right, now we have a chance to come back. All right, so play Forest, play... Let's see here, actually. What gives us the most bodies? Grazer, Great Horn. Unfortunately, these lands don't come in untapped. How do we survive? So they are swinging with 5. We can only block 2 creatures. This already has trample as well. Yeah, I don't even know if we can do this. That is just such an explosive start from Mono Green. They didn't have the Questing Beast, but like this is just about as bad. So yeah, play Nissa,
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
untap, forest,
The land fights for us.
and we can't block anyway. We're just gonna, yeah. So I mean, we're done. We will concede. Up against Negative Light, Paradise Druid into Uro. Again, we're on the draw. We'll see how this goes. There are legitimately some matchups where no matter what happens, if they have the busted start at the beginning, it's just really hard to beat. It's not something you can really manage too well, especially in my deck where I don't have like board wipes for turn 3, turn 4. Which is one of the downsides of playing Simic versus Sultai or Jeskai or something like that, or Teamer, I mean. Questing Beast is actually a threat that we can have. I think we're trying to get to Nissa though, and I want more lands. We still have other ways to find the mana for it, right? So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep a threat. Pass the turn. That's something that we can... Oh, that's right. If we find an untapped land, I guess we don't have all the stuff we need here. Pay 2 life, Paradise Druid, pass the turn. Untapped land means we get Questing Beast, which will be nice. This is a deck that I was actually debating on playing here soon as well. It has done well in different events. Samet Sprint, so big. Yeah, it's the... Either is it aggro or is it tempo deck? There's a few different versions where it's just focused around all the is it cards. Now that Teferi's not there as much anymore, you can actually play Dreadhorde Arcanist basically again. That's not what we're looking for. All right, Fabled Passage, play Uro. Let's hope they don't have shock to just kill the Paradise Druid. We're looking for an untapped land so we can get the other Paradise Druid. Not hitting lands is definitely bad. Not playing the other Paradise Druid though is worse because now we can't even play Nissa for the next turn. So yeah, a little bit of trouble there. Please crash through. Shocks in the steam vents. And the Stormwing Entity. Oh yes, it's the best. Now they can give it Samet Sprint. Do they have another one in hand? That actually is busted. Giving haste to the Stormwing Entity is awesome. Doesn't work when you're already in combat though. So down to 15. Questing Beast is a way I can deal with the Arcanist. Brazen Borrower can deal with Entity here in a bit. I think I'm fine taking a hit from that. So let's just go ahead and swing in. Get their life total ticking down as well. Down to 14. They get Crash Through for an extra card draw, some trample. Sprite Dragon as well. That's a lot of damage in the air. All right, Gargaroth. Land in Gargaroth. Like, we can't actually do that now. Infuriate. Oh. Ooh. Are we just dead? Another Infuriate onto that? That's 11 damage through the air. 3 more here. That is almost game. If we don't block here, we're dead. We go to 1. 1 is not good. Untap blue source. We found the Gargaroth. Krasis X2. If we had one more land, if that was untapped land, we Krasis X1, bounce something, and stay alive for a turn. Maybe get to Gargaroth. Yeah, that's just game. All right, good game, opponent. There's nothing we can do to stop what is even just on board from killing us next turn. We don't have enough stuff in the air. That's a bummer. I feel like that matchup should be in our favor overall. Anyway, so yeah, overall, big Simic. it's a fun deck. I think it's powerful. Honestly, I think this is a deck that can do really, really well right now. I feel like when I was testing it out initially, I feel like I was having even better numbers and like just it was doing better for me than it is now. So yeah, only 44% win rate in when what was showed here. I played with it quite a few more times before I had done this as well and had a much better win rate with it. It doesn't count it because I made some changes to the side. Anyway, so yeah, overall the deck is fun. I think it's powerful. There's definitely a lot of other stuff out there. I think this is more of a deck that's good for like best of 3 rather than playing best of 1, because a lot of the losses that we had were just because like opponents had nut draws, and you just cannot beat some nut draws with no matter what deck you've got. You know, if they are on the play and have the best stuff ever, and you're not running Deafening Clarion, that's just going to happen sometimes. So anyway, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye.
Thank you.